from the local station. This is Weather Authority Weekday.
Good Thursday morning. I am meteorologist Michelle McCormick, and welcome to the Weather Authority Weekday Show. And wow, I mean, have you looked outside? Are you outside now? Are you sitting there looking at this show on your phone just saying, this is gorgeous? And we are experiencing such an amazing fall right now. And we are right where we should be. And that is right on Northeast Florida, Southeast Georgia, seasonal temperatures right now. So if you moved here for fall and wanted to see some changing leaves, we don't really get that, not yet, but we do get the lovely temperatures. So Julington Creek Marina, find a friend with a boat and head on out on the water. Make sure you always pack your water and make sure you pack your sunscreen. You can still burn when the temperatures are in the low 80s, but it is a gorgeous day here in Julington Creek. And then from one marina to another, I really wanted to show you the Doctors Lake Marina because high tide was a few hours ago here. We're still watching the coastal flood advisories through this evening at 10 o'clock. And that just means during high tide, we start to see those tidal waters rise. And that's what we're seeing here in this parking lot. We've seen it a lot worse over the past few weeks. And today, hopefully with the winds really dying down, coming in from the north and from the east, this should really start to subside. And we're really seeing that now. All right, so what are we talking about as far as our hazards and advisories right now? Well, with the tides, here's a look. High tide coming up at the beach at 5:22. Low tide is in an hour. So if you have a moment and you want to go hang out, there'll be plenty of sand to hang out on. High tide at the river is at 7:38 tonight. Now, with the coastal flood advisory lasting through 10 p.m., that's when the tide will really start to be turning. So it makes sense that they extended the advisory until 10 o'clock tonight for that coastal flood advisory, all areas here in green. And that's mostly south of Duval County along the river in through Putnam County and in through Flagler County. So good news there. The rip current risk, though, remains high through Saturday, which just means the water here at the beach is hazardous. Even strong swimmers can get swept away in a rip current. So you know what? Enjoy the beach from the sand or just wade in, and always swim with a buddy if you do get in the water. That to me looks more like a moderate to high rip current risk, but we're gonna follow the flags and be on the safe side of those waves. 70 degrees right now at the beach with the winds out of the north at 8. Temperatures right now also on the rise. We saw some mid-50s this morning east of west of US 301. Now it's 70 degrees in McClenny, 66 in Lake City, 71 at the airport, and 72 at the beach. Really cannot beat it. It is gorgeous. And the wind speeds just a little heavier out at the beaches. Some teens there in St. Augustine, in Palm Coast. At the airport, around 5 miles per hour. In Orange Park, we're at 9. And then the gusts, they're reading not right, because how are the gusts lower than the wind speed? Anyway, cloud and radar forecast shaping up like this. The arrows indicating the direction the wind is coming from. So we're seeing winds now coming from the north, and that's what we just saw. And they're between 5 and 10 miles per hour. The winds are going to shift a little bit from the north and from the east. An area of high pressure is going to start to drop down through the Carolinas. And when we have big H's on our forecast, or we're going to see here in a minute, a big H indicates happy weather. And that's where we get our clear skies from. We get our warmer temperatures. High pressure really does bring in the happy weather, and that's what we're going to see. This is through Saturday at 1 o'clock. Mostly clear skies across our area. Can never rule out a very stray shower or two, just a 10%, because we do live in Florida and we have water on either side. So the big weather maker is to our west. And if you look at the very top of your screen here, under the words, the Weather Authority at the top left, you'll see an area of rainy weather moving through Tennessee and into Mississippi and then into Alabama. This is Saturday night into Sunday. This could affect our weather as early as Monday as a cold front pushes through. And so again, here, look to the west, you'll see that area of high pressure dropping down. And then west of us is that cold front I was just talking about with the rainy weather moving through the southern states. But then moving into Monday, early morning, completely falls apart. So we only have a 20% chance of rain on Monday because of that storm looking like it completely falls apart by the time it reaches our area. All right, tropical weather, we can't not talk about it. We've had 13 named storms, am I right? Yep, we're right. We've been through L. I keep saying Jerry, I meant Lorenzo. It was a non-storm, and it really fell apart quickly. So now over the next 7 days, nothing really on the radar of the National Hurricane Center. Knock on wood. Thank you so much, Francine. And that's what we like to see. Now, there could be an area that could brew up in the Caribbean. We're going to look at that a little closer today, and I am going to write a web story on this today, so check it out later on and read what we think what could happen in the next 7 days. Keep in mind, we are 5 weeks from hurricane season ending, and that 5 weeks lasts until November 30th if you do the math right. So still plenty to talk about with the tropics. We're not done yet. But on times like this where it's quiet, it's a good time to just make sure, thank you, Francine, it's a good time to make sure that your kits are still intact, that you haven't stolen the batteries from the flashlights for other reasons. It's a good time just to, don't get complacent just because nothing's out there. It only takes one storm, and we don't want that here. All right. But we do love our pool forecast. So here's your pool planner, 78 by 1 o'clock, 81 is our high under mostly clear skies today. Great day to hang out by the pool. And again, don't forget your sunscreen. High temperatures across the area, upper 70s out at the beaches. Inland, so McClenny at 82, areas of like Stark, Lake Butler, you folks could see in the mid 80s. Palatka could see up to 84. And then 79 down in our beaches and also in the Golden Isles. And then temperatures tonight in the upper 60s. Now, sunset is just now right before 7 o'clock, like 6:56, I think, or maybe it's 7:56. I may be backwards. Maybe I'm thinking ahead to daylight savings. And everyone's like, oh, when's daylight savings? November 2nd. It's a Sunday. 2 a.m. we fall back. So you get that extra hour if you're out and about Sunday morning, November 2nd. All right, so the weekend of Halloween. All right. Katie this morning was in San Marco talking about the Oktoberfest Beer and Brats 5K, so I wanted to bring it up again. It's this Saturday at 5 p.m. Great opportunity to get out, get that afternoon exercise in, and then finish it off with a brewski. All right, here we have the 7-day forecast, and I dare you to find a day on here you don't like. Maybe Monday with that 20% chance of rain with that cold front pushing through, bringing in the opportunity for rain. But really, this is spot on. And Sunday, it does like peak. We see a little spike in the high temperature to 86. Usually as a cold front approaches, our temperatures tend to rise, and then the cold front pushes in and drops the temperatures back down. Well, that's kind of what we're seeing here on Sunday. That cold front pushes all that hot air into one place, causes that hot air to rise. But once that cold front pushes through with the rain, possible rain, drops temperatures right back down to where we should be for this time of year. Again, our average high for right now is 81. Our average low is 62, I think. Anyway, thank you so much for tuning in to the Weather Authority Weekday Show. I'm meteorologist Michelle McCormick, and coming up at noon, Katie will have your latest forecast. And again, at 4 o'clock this afternoon, you can join Richard on News4JAX. Thanks again. Have a great day and get outside. It's gorgeous.
See why every day more people are choosing News4JAX, Northeast Florida and South Georgia's #1 source for local news.